Matt Cundill, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks.
So, what is the difference? If I record this, I'm putting it on YouTube. Why don't I just create an audio episode? Bada boom, bada bing. I got two things. I can put one on audio and one on video. What's the difference between audio and video?
Well, let's start with the video. The video is something that people are going to watch, and people can see an awful lot. They can make a lot of determinations. I know that when things happen and I hear it on the radio about someone being arrested for this, that, and the other thing, first thing I want to know is show me the picture. Show me that person. Show me that thing. Right. And so you've got two different mediums that are operating separately. And so the video, which is great. It's always good to put up a video where people can find it. Very searchable. YouTube is very searchable. A lot of people now with telephones and video, we are in a video age, that is for sure. We're also in an age of ADD, quick consumption. We can move that video along very quickly. It is highly, highly disposable. And when I move that over to audio, and I'm thinking about downloading an entire show and then listening to it, it requires a little bit more theater of the mind. And when you engage theater, there's no theater of the mind in television. Television and video, that is your theater. But you're actually engaging a different part of the brain. And you are now painting the pictures yourself in your mind. You're more committed. And at the same time, you can also vacuum. You can also go for a walk. You can go for a run. You can go to the gym. You can walk the dog. You can do so many other things. So that ultimately is the difference. It's just two different end games for two completely different audiences.
But if I create a vertical social media reel out of our discussion, I might get, like 500 impressions and 5 likes. Those are good numbers. If I pump it out as an audio podcast, realistically, I might get 40, 50 downloads. It just seems so much better on Instagram and TikTok.
Well, that's a great story, Doug. Does it come in funny or interesting? So I'm going to tell you the story. So if I were to go out to a bar and let's say I wanted to meet someone interesting, thinking about, of course, the younger days when I actually did this, I'm never going to tell the story about the girl who shot me a quick glance and looked at me and then looked away. I will tell you the story about the woman that I went home with that night, got her phone number, and we have a date coming up this week. And that's, again, the difference between audio and video. The video thing, it goes by so quickly. These are quick glances, but when you're spending time with someone, you're going out on a date and you're engaging, that is the audio experience.
It's so interesting because, visual is our primary sense as human beings. Canine animals, it's their sense of smell. Our sense of vision is almost unparalleled in the animal kingdom. It would seem that video should be the thing that compels us the most and that we spend the most time with. And yet the truth is it's actually audio. It's audio where if you put out 2 10-minute pieces, people will soak up a good 8-9 minutes of the audio. And if you're lucky, maybe 3 minutes of the video. Doesn't that seem like an oxymoron, so to speak?
Yeah, a little bit. It's very, very difficult to be compelling for a long period of time in this day and age on video.
Yeah.
And you can see this. A lot of people don't go to movie theaters and sit through it anymore. It's difficult. It's really hard, especially if you're in Hollywood. What are we, I think it starts with familiarity. That's why the comic book movies are coming out all the time. Things that we're familiar with, reboots, things that we grew up with, retro. You got a head start in order to engage people to bring them in to do that. And video, I know what I'm going to get when I get the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. It's going to end very badly. I will watch that movie every year. I will be sad by that movie. I kind of know what I get. People will go back to Titanic. We're familiar with it. We know what we're going to get. But with so much new video that comes out today, and there's so much of it, nobody really knows what they get. And, I think this is one of the bigger problems now with Netflix, and one of the bigger problems now with, video being uploaded to Spotify. And that's, I can't find anything to watch on TV. Yet I'm being told every day there's more and more content than ever before, which is also, I feel, a bit of a ruse that's happening. So Audio really, I'm not here to say that it dumbs it down, but it does keep it super simple. We're going to have a conversation between two people, and your theater of the minds, I will carry you through that. I'm not sure that some of the video that's being created today can really, carry people through as far as it used to.
You and I are both podcast producers. We cut, we edit. That's part of what we do. Did you have clients say to you, "Hey, just cut the same thing, put out a video and an audio, and not even say version because they're thinking it's the same thing put out, and yet you and I know are on the same page. The video edit is distinctly different from the audio edit. Why is that, and what are some of the things that make it different?"
Well, let's start with the sound. You've got to find a way to get the sound into a nice crisp, MP3 that's going to really hug the ears. A lot of people I've seen use CapCut, and they're doing it for the video, and then they just toss it right into podcast form. That's going to be too low, and that's not really going to be loud enough for people to listen with a good solid headphone experience. So there are cases I have seen where people can be successful with a video that is just converted straight into audio. And I'll use an example, Terry Evans with the Reluctantly podcast in Edmonton, but he has 40 years of audio experience. Yes. He knows what he's doing in this particular sense. But, one of the things, I'm just going to do the video, people being conscious about video, they all of a sudden will wander off mic because they want to look good. They're paying attention to the camera. That's going to put a little dip into the sound, and getting off mic and getting off key is going to be really the difference. It's audio first. We'll worry about the video later.
That's a great point. What do you see from some of your clients about microphone technique? Because I'll get it. They've got a good mic, right? But they want it out of the shot, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, well, no, put a mic in the shot because then you must be important if you've got a microphone in the shot. But mic technique is a whole thing, right? They don't understand that you can actually lean into the person's ear. And visually, this just looks creepy as hell. But from an audio standpoint, it would work.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's start with the Blue Yeti. If you have a Blue Yeti, you should throw that immediately into the garbage. It's a side address microphone. Nobody knows how to use it. I've done podcasting for a long time. I've only seen 2 people who really know how to use a Blue Yeti properly. It's not the best value microphone out there. So immediately you want to throw that into the garbage. The other thing I might talk about here is headphones. And if Taylor Swift can go on the podcast with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce and wear headphones, you can wear headphones too, and you probably should.
I love that. And you'll see the 2 big apps that are out there, Squadcast and Riverside and StreamYard. So there's 3 big apps for recording your podcast, and each one of them has do you have headphones or not? And I think it's called echo cancellation in Riverside. Correct. And it's misleading because what it technically is a gate that's placed on the mic. Now we're getting into techno babble. But a gate tries to place a limit on a physical distance for where sound will come in. In other words, my speakers, which are out of camera, my speakers are about 1.5 feet away. Theoretically, a good gate would prevent the sound that's coming through my speakers from being picked up by the mic. In truth, it bleeds through all the time. And the gate itself, as I understand, technically places a limit on your audio. Do I have that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, you'll hear some stutters, and especially if 2 people are talking at the same time, and there's echo cancellation involved, only one person is really going to get through. And so I think that's one of the big things. If people are recording with Zoom, that's a big mistake. Unless you're good enough to really know how to separate the 2 audio tracks and then add a little compression later and then add a little bit of whatnot to make the audio sound good. I might say I've never heard a podcast that was recorded with Zoom that I didn't know was recorded with Zoom.
So you and I are audiophiles. Last question. Are the Buggles on your Spotify playlist?
No, absolutely not. I never liked that song. I didn't think it was very good.
Really?
I thought it was for a kids commercial. Video killed the radio star. I thought it was something that would wind up on a kids album for KTEL. It just wasn't something that really resonated with me. And still to this day, as we talk about, the death of MTV, which happened just a few weeks ago, I don't like this song very much.
I like the song, just it didn't hold any prophecy to it, did it?
And I'm a
Nothing
big
killed the
80,
radio star.
I'm a big 80s guy too.
Yeah. Matt, great connecting with you.
Thank you so much.